Hello, it's September 9th, 2025, 10:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I know I'm providing a very, very late video, but I think it's very important to talk about what had happened today and what I'm anticipating in the next couple of days. If you're new here, please subscribe. And if you're reviewing these videos every day and it tends to be a bit dragged out, feel free to play me at 1.25 or 1.5 speed. You get all the information that you need pretty quickly. So today we are pretty much gearing up for a rally, like I mentioned in my last video. This morning at 10 a.m., the BLS revision came out, and the market didn't know how to react for the first 5 minutes. I actually was watching the charts for quite some time, and a lot of folks in my Discord was just like, "Is this going to move?" Or the market is at maximum complacency right now. And then about 5 minutes after the revision data came out, it actually started dumping. And so that is that is evidence that this market does not know where it wants to go. And after about 20 minutes, after 10 o'clock, market found its footing and started rallying again. A couple of interesting things. So we have SPY that we already know SPY made a new all-time high, and it's going to continue to make new all-time highs. The other thing is QQQ is still lagging behind on making a new all-time highs, and so we're getting very close. You could see that whipsaw action that I mentioned in the last couple of videos. We have a couple of lagging tech stocks that's not playing game with QQQ. We have Apple. As you may know, that Apple had its an announcement today on new products for this year, and at first I thought it was a very um, good setup to play shorts in. So I did get into the 327 puts for the next week, and for about $1, and then I sort of sold it off just before the announcement, knowing that perhaps the stock might actually rally a bit into the announcement or after the announcement, which it did. So I sold it off pretty much at break even. And as you could see, like it started tumbling after the announcement and actually reached about the 233 level after. So like I mentioned, the Bollinger setup on a daily chart is very powerful given the volume bar and also the candlestick pattern. So Apple played out well if I had held. I think those options actually went all the way to 1.6 in the afternoon. But yeah, Apple has been holding QQQ back from making new all-time highs. You also have Microsoft that's holding it back. But we did have a couple of tech stocks that actually made a nice rally, like Coin, like I mentioned, actually made a 5% move during the day. Some of the options were like at $2 for 2 weeks expiry at 4370 Cs. And unfortunately, I didn't get into that one. We also had other tech stocks like Meta that also made a good run, about almost a 2% run. We had semiconductors that actually came back to life throughout the day. We had AMD that was very, very strong. Same sort of lower Bollinger Band setup, hammer printed, good volume bar, and started printing higher and higher today. Made about a 3% gain this today. We also had Nvidia. Nvidia was quite a wild ride today. As you all may know, I actually had a couple of calls for Nvidia next week for the 175 strike price, and those were actually in the red most of the day, and it was playing catch up until probably closer to the end of the day and into the close after hours. I think it was partially due to the Oracle earnings report that came out after and surprised everyone of how much of a revenue it's expecting in the next quarter. And Nvidia is the supplier for some of its chip stocks, some of its chips. So I think that's what's causing the rally. And so if semiconductor can continue its strength into tomorrow, after the PPI data is released and some of the other lagging tech stock starts playing game, I think QQQ is going to make a new all-time high, like I mentioned. So today, after close, one of the key indicators that I love to watch is skew. I was expecting the skew to go from yesterday's close, which was 148, to get about, I don't know, maybe 152, 153, but no, it actually closed around 151. So what that tells me is that we have a little bit of room to the upside tomorrow. I'm expecting tomorrow we may rally harder, maybe like a 1% bump. And that will cause the skew to actually get closer to the 155, 156 level or anything above that. And what that would tell me is the market is getting very, very cautious, and a lot of people will start buying puts. And once it gets to above the 155 level, we usually see during the next session or maybe 2 sessions, we start dumping about a 1% to 1.5%. So I think the game plan for tomorrow is I expect Q to actually break the 583 level tomorrow to get new all-time highs. Maybe the 585 tomorrow, or maybe 584, 585. That would create a nice candle just above the upper Bollinger Band on the daily, and perhaps that will sell off maybe in the next day, just after CPI data gets released on Thursday, and that would make a lot of sense to me. So the game plan tomorrow is, let's see where PPI opens tomorrow pre-market. Maybe it will rally higher, which is what I'm anticipating, and then we have a sharp sell-off on Thursday right at open. But let's just see where it takes us. I will make another video talking about Nvidia. As you all know that I have my Nvidia position, so maybe it's a good idea to just talk specifically of where I think Nvidia will go. And hopefully that would help those who are interested in those individual analysis that I do here and there. And yeah, so that is all for today. Very, very quick video, and I hope to continue making these videos for everyone. Please consider subscribing, and I will report back in the next video. Cheers.